Okay guys, welcome back to the Discord bot tutorial series. In this episode, I'm going to show you guys how to make a custom help command. Discord bots do actually come with a built-in help command, and you can just use that if you'd like. I'll quickly show you what that looks like. Okay, so I'm going to run the bot. Bot is ready. Let's head into the test bots online, and now if we do !help, you'll get a list back of all the commands we've got. And if we do !help, let's say kick, it will tell us the parameters we need. Now, for you, this might be alright, but for my liking, I would prefer something more custom, which looks a bit better than this. So what we're going to actually do is create our own custom help command. Okay, so to do this, we are going to come up to the top, and where we have bot equals commands.bot, we just want to go underneath it and do bot dot remove command help. And what this will do is remove the default help command so we can create our own one. So now we come down to wherever you want to put it and do bot.command, all the usual stuff, async, def, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it help. Okay, we want to pass in context, and now we're going to do an embed for our help command. So we're going to do embed equals discord.embed title equals help, and we'll just set the title for now. Embed, and we're going to create fields for each of our commands manually. You could potentially automate this. I have automated one for my server manager bot, but to make this more simple for the tutorial, we won't be automating it here. So we will just be making a field for each of our commands. So we're going to do a ping. Name is ping, and we'll give a description of the command. Value, and value will be our description. So we're going to say gets the bot's latency. Okay, and we will want it to be inline. So inline is true. Okay, we're going to do hi, and this says hello to a specified user. And we're also going to mention that it takes in a member. So it's parameters member. Okay, and I'm not going to waste time and do this for every single field. I'm sure you get the idea, but we'll just finish off by adding one for the user info. Should probably not have them capitalized because the commands aren't capitalized. Retrieves info about a specified user. Actually, it doesn't get about a specified user, but in this case it just gets about user. Okay, so that's our embed, and what we want to do is we could send it to the channel, but this will easily crash up the channel with lots of people asking for help. So what we're actually going to want to do is send it as a DM to the user. So to do that, we do context.author.send embed equals embed. Okay, and another thing we want to do is actually before we send it, we also don't want the original message, which was sent, the exclamation mark help, to stay, because that will also clash up the server. So if we just call ctx message.delete before we send the embed, that will do that. So this is the basic help command. So let's run it. Bot is ready. Let's do exclamation mark help. And as you can see, we received the DM, and if I open that up, we've got the basic thing here. Obviously, you can customize the embed more by adding color or images or whatever, as I showed you how to do in the last episode. Also, if we go back to the server, you notice there's no sign of that exclamation mark help message. It's been deleted. Okay, so one advantage the default help command had over our current help commands, though, is you could call a specific command. So we're going to recreate something similar. So if we come back here, stop it running. Instead of just passing in context, we're also going to want to pass in command. And now we're going to do command equals none. So defaultly, if they do just exclamation mark help, command will just equal none. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to do an if statement. If command not equal to none, we're going to want to do something there, but for now we're going to put the else, and we're actually going to indent this just by hitting tab, selecting it, hitting tab, and yeah, we'll run this. This is only coming up as an error because I haven't put anything in here yet. So if we have a command passed in, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to, again, we'll create an embed. I just really like Discord embeds. You don't have to use an embed, but help, and we're actually going to make this an f string to specify that it's helping for that specific command. I haven't put in title. Title equals f string. There we go. Okay, so before we create the embed, what we're actually going to want to do is for command in bot.commands, if, actually we're going to have to use a different name there because otherwise it will use that same variable. Let's just do command sent here actually instead, so we'll have to change this up a bit. Command sent. If command sent, and we're going to do dot to lower. Wait, not to lower, just lower. Equals bots. No, equals command dot name. And if that's the case, what we want, we need to do dot lower here as well. And if that is the case, and we find a command with a name, all we want to do is get the parameters. Okay, so to get the parameters, what we do is for param in command dot clean underscore params, and we're actually going to want to create a variable here for called param string, empty string, and we're going to want to do param string plus equals param. There we go. Essentially what that says is for every single parameter the command takes in, add it to a string, and we're actually going to move the param string variable. Don't really need it at the top of this function, we just need it here. Okay, so once we've got our param string, what we want to do is we actually want to move the embed here. Oops. To move the embed to here. And instead of command sign, actually what we'll do is command.name and embed.add field equals parameters value equals param string. Okay, and then what we're going to want to do is await ctx.auth.send embed equals embed. Oh, and we're also going to want to delete the message before we send it actually. So await ctx.message.delete. Okay, so now we should have a similar command to what the help command had, what the default help command had. So if we run this, bot is ready. If we do !help kick, oh, we spelled message wrong somewhere. Yeah, here. Okay, save that and rerun it. !help kick. Our message is deleted and we've been sent this. Although we can obviously see there's a problem and we haven't split up the param string at all. So to do that, what we're going to actually do is where we add onto the param string, we're also going to add on a comma and a space. Now, this will mostly work, but there will be one issue with it. So to fix that issue, what we are going to do is we're going to do param string -2. What this will do is basically param string equals param string, yeah, like that actually. And what this will essentially do is it will remove the last two characters of the string, because if we, in fact, I'll show you what it's like if we run it without it. So I'm just going to comment out that code, run it without. And let's do help kick again. Message was deleted, we got sent it. We can see we've got the commas, but we also have an extra comma in the end, which is not what we want. So what we're going to do is we are going to remove that using this. It will remove the last two characters. And we're removing two characters because there's also a space here which counts as a character. Okay, so now we've uncommented that. Let's save and refresh. and do exclamation mark help kick again. And as you can see, now we're getting back perfect message. There is something else we can do as well. We could get the description. So to get the description, what you want to do is we're actually going to set the description here as one of the arguments for the embed. Description equals, and we're going to do command dot description. Okay, right now that won't actually get anything for commands because we haven't actually set descriptions for commands. So in order to set a description for a command, what you need to do is you need to come to the command. We'll just use the ping as an example. And in the brackets where we call bot.command, we're going to say description equals, for the ping command, it gets the bot's latency. Okay, so I'm not going to bother updating all the other commands right now. I will do that off camera. But if we restart, and now we call exclamation mark help ping. Oh, okay. Yes, we are getting an error because I overlooked. With the embed, we've added a field, but because the ping command didn't have any parameters other than context, clean parameters just return nothing, and param string remained empty, and you can't send an empty value into an embed. Okay, so to get around that problem, what we are going to want to do is, before we loop through our params, we're going to say if command dot clean export params. Oh, and we're actually we're going to want to say len first is equal to 0, then param string is equal to none. Okay, so basically what this will do is it will check the length of the clean parameters array, so basically how many parameters there are excluding context, and if that's 0, it will set param string to be none. Okay, so now if we save and restart the bot, and wait till this is already, yep, help ping, we actually get a response back. This time the message was deleted, and as we can see, oh, okay, yes, that's another bug. For some commands like this, I don't test them before, I just develop them whilst doing it, and that's why issues like this sometimes happen. So because we're removing the last two characters, it's removing the N and the E off none. So to solve that, actually what we want to do is we just want to get rid of that. Make sure you copy it though, and we want to just place that underneath that line. And now when we run again, help ping, get the message back, parameters equals none, and as you can see the description is there as well. Okay, so let me just show you what that's like with the command which does have parameters. So exclamation mark help kick, parameters. We haven't set a description for kick, so that's why it's not showing up. As you see, all the parameters are there, everything's working fine. Okay, so that was it, guys. In the next episode of the series, I'm actually going to be doing a viewer requested command, which is a global text mute. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Also, leave a comment if you have any suggestions. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.